Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to another episode of Outer Banks. This is season 1, episode 8. It is called The Runaway. Before we jump into things, please consider leaving a like on the video and please consider subscribing. Helps so much. But what happened last time on Outer Banks? Let's walk through it, shall we? Right off the bat. So Sarah and J-Bones having a conversation right out in the middle of the freaking yard, being like, yeah, we found the money, gang gang. And Sarah's dad is just like listening through the window like, oh, interesting. I'm gonna steal that money. And then yeah, they take the gold they melted down to a pawn shop, but they didn't just like melt down a little bit of gold. They took 3 thick bars of gold and just melted it into this 7-pound like pancake. This thick mass. And they think, oh yeah, we'll just take this to the pawn shop. This is a completely normal thing that this pawn shop lady will have experienced before, having a 7-pound thing of pure gold. And she's like, this is fake. And then when she realizes it's not fake, she's like, oh, this is some serious stuff right here. Goes to get her boss, which is Barry. He's having a rough time of life right now. And she's like, yo, this is a thick AF piece of gold. And he's like, all right, send him out in the middle of nowhere. I'll rob him at gunpoint. Gang, this will be easy money. Which he tries to do. He pulls a shotgun on him. And then they overpower him eventually and just kick the crap out of him. Throw his keys into the woods. They should have just kept his keys because, you know, he had his car later, presumably. So he just went and found his keys. If they would have kept his keys, he would have had to walk the whole way back. Think with your noggin, J-Bones. And you think that would be the end of the interaction. Like, they got their stuff back. They beat this guy up. Now they're gone. But no. JJ is like, I have a fantastic idea. Let's go steal $30,000 from him. Because, you know, JJ, he's got to pay this restitution for sinking this boat, right? And so he's got to come up with that money somehow. But he thinks it's a great idea to get that money by stealing from a drug dealer. So, and the rest of his friends rightly call him out on that. They're like, dude, this is not, you got to calm down. You are going a million miles an hour and you are going to crash and burn. And he does. Now, what else? Oh yeah, Barry confronts Topper and Rafe and being like, yo, get your freaking sister in gear. Get her like under control because I'm going to murder her if you don't. He didn't say that, but presumably he probably would. Which then leads to, what else? Oh yeah, Ward's wife straight up presented him with the realty opportunity of a lifetime. She's like, hey, buy this old house. This chick wants to leave. And he's like, I don't have time for that, man. I'm thinking about gold. Where if he would buy that house, he would be the legal owner of $400 million in gold. Like, what, son? Get out of here. JJ brings the cash money to his dad, and he's like, all right, we got this cash for restitution. Everything's good. Party on. And then his dad's like, I'm going to go spend this on, like, I forgot what he was going to spend it on. He said he was going to take it down south and triple it. So he's probably going to gamble it away. Which causes a conflict between them. They fight. His dad's a straight up scumbag. I hate that man with a fiery passion. Kicking the crap out of him. JJ gets like this weird... Maybe it was the framing of the shot, but the punch that knocked him off the porch just looked like the weakest punch I've ever seen in a TV show. But it knocks his dad off the porch, and then he just beats the living piss out of his dad. Almost kills him with a wrench or hammer or something. Doesn't do it. And he's like, I'm not afraid of you anymore. And that was a solid move. You know, proud of him for not killing his dad. Topper and Rafe confront the lovebirds. And Rafe is like, I'm going to be in charge. You got to listen to me or I might be mad. And then Oh yeah, J Bones takes Sarah to the church from The Walking Dead, and people in the comments agreed with me. That is that church from The Walking Dead. So they film this show in like Atlanta or Georgia or wherever The Walking Dead films? Because that straight up is that abandoned church. That preacher man, I think, died in this church in The Walking Dead. And he takes him to the secret hidey hole that him and his dad went to, and he's like, "Yo, I don't just take anybody up here. I straight up love you." And she's like, "Careful, I might bail." And he's like, "Okay, well, we'll just slow down then." But then he like immediately transitions into like, "Hey, are you a virgin?" And she's like, "Yeah. What about you?" And he's like, "Nah, fam, tourist all day." And then they make out. It's a little weird to watch them make out knowing that they're actually dating. It feels like you're looking into someone's actual relationship, even though it's on TV. But that's neither here nor there. What else happens? Ooh, Key and Pope are trying to find JJ, I think, or they're trying to find J Bones. They go to the hut house, whatever thing, and it's all lit up. There's flamingos everywhere, and JJ's just drunk off his balls in this hot tub, low-key having a mental breakdown. And it's real rough. At first they're like, "Dude, get out of the freaking pool. You just wasted like 30 grand on this hot tub." Do hot tubs cost that much? I don't know. I feel like it doesn't, but he also said express delivery. So maybe express delivery on a hot tub is like 10 grand. And then, yeah, they all have a good cry and hug it out in this hot tub, and it's very sad. And all of these children need therapy. They've all been through some stuff. Even regardless of the stuff that they've been through in the last 8 episodes, they need some therapy. Oh, yeah. And then the closing of the episode is J-Bones going fishing with Ward, who, this man's a straight murderer. he's ready and willing to kill any possible person. And so he's having a talk with J-Bones, and he's essentially like, "Hey man, I know you found this gold. There's tons of logistical problems that you're gonna run into that I can help you fix and get through for a small cut." Small cut to him is probably like 350 out of the $400 million. He's like, probably gonna be like, you guys are teenagers, you don't need this money. I'll keep it safe for you. Low-key, he's gonna spend it all. J-Bones, understandably, is like, "I don't know what you're talking about, man." But then, like an absolute moron, in the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of the friggin', just on a boat, on the water, no one around, decides to confront this man about his father. He's like, "Hey, how did you know the name Redfield? Do you have my dad's compass? Do you know anything about his disappearance / death / something? I bet you do. We're leaving, and I'm gonna go to the cops." And it's like, what are you doing? You absolute idiot. Like, this kid, he's 16. You can tell he's the stupidest person on the planet in this specific moment. And Ward is sitting there like, "All right, well, I have this fancy hook thing. I'm going to have to kill this child." And then the episode ends with him climbing up the ladder with the hook and a murderous look in his eyes. And you have to assume that this man is just going to murder a child. So I don't know what's going to happen. So, like, literally anything can happen. Low-key want Ward to kill everybody and win, but that's pure chaos. That's like the... you want various outcomes to happen. Number one outcome, one option is you want all the kids to get the money and win and live happily ever after. Number two is like some other conflict happens where season 2, they have a season 2 coming, so presumably something happens that disrupts the chain of events. Or option 3 is just the chaos option, where Ward kills everyone, and then season 2 is just about him. And I low-key want that to happen. But we'll see. I've been talking for 10 and a half minutes now. let's jump into this episode. Please leave a like on the episode, or on the video, not the episode. You can't leave a like on Netflix. I mean, you can, but... and then please subscribe. That helps so much. You guys have been killing it, like absolutely killing it. Love you guys, every one of you. Proud of you for being here. Yeah, let's get into this.
We're not going anywhere. So you listen.
Dude.
It wasn't my fault. It was your father. Okay, it was your father that tried to shoot you.
All right, Ward, why are you being low-key crazy right now? You just basically admitted that you killed this kid's dad. Okay, he's fine. Gucci. Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Jump on that jet ski. Dang, Ward, what a villainous genius. Cut off communication. How do you know he was gonna do that? Maybe he just wants to have a conversation. Oh, never mind. I think Ward's moved past the conversation point. Oof. Low blow, my dude. Yo, J-Bones, you're shredded. How can you not take out this old man? Is that a harpoon gun?
Don't move. Don't move. I swear I'll kill you, Lord.
Do it, pussy. You won't. You won't. No balls. Ward's been in a few fights. Yo, don't run away. Knock this man unconscious and tie him up. Quit hitting him once and then running away. Jet ski. Did I call it or what? Come on. Get on that bad boy and get out of there. Yo, Ward. Harpoon through the head. Let's get it, Ward. Come on, Ward. This is your chance, bud. This is your chance. You crazy psychopath. Kill this teenager. You gonna hip fire that thing? Ooh, that was a dome shot. That was a dome shot. If he doesn't get him. What are you doing, man? Are you gonna stab yourself? That's a pro level gamer move. Yes, son. Ward, you psychopath. Pro gamer move. Oh, that's real, man. Yeah, bandage that bad boy up. What are you waiting for, pal? This episode is insane. We're 5 minutes into this episode and just stuff hit the fan already. I love it.
You found it?
No. I need some assurances.
What are you talking about? Yes, okay.
It's not 50-50. I never agreed to that. I spent 20 years on this. Ward, you just got involved.
In 20 years, you didn't find a goddamn thing.
I knew you would do this. You've always been greedy, Ward.
I'm not doing it. You might do it.
Okay. Just neck snap right there. Is this man like paralyzed now? No? He's alive? No? What? Some rough stuff. Just killing all the bones in J Bones. Killed Senior Bones and Junior Bones. Didn't kill Junior Bones. I'm wrong. He tried to.
Goddamn cold is still there.
Is he getting old Scoot to help? Kill him too? I feel that.
He wasn't dead when Moore dumped him.
But he is dead now.
He made it to shore.
I mean, he probably still would have died. This man's bleeding from his brain.
And the last thing he ever did.
carve that into the compass.
For you.
How you know that? You don't know that, lady. You could have done plenty of other stuff. Okay, so Senior Bones is dead. Confirmed. Junior Bones, still fine as hell, but he's sad now.
Steals my jet ski. He's out there, God knows where. Guy's dangerous.
That's not deep enough.
Worried about my family. Worried
Get
about
the-
my daughter.
get the
They got
doctor
something
out there.
apparently. He's-
Let's write it up. In the meantime, you go home.
Get the doctor in here and be like, yo, that clearly did not come from a gun. That would go through your arm. That was a direct poke hole. Wasn't a grazed shot. You did that to yourself, pal. He's looking for a gun, man.
John B, what do you need the gun for?
No.
Talk to us!
John B, chill.
Oh snap! Now J-Bones is the crazy one. Hey, don't touch Pope like that.
John B, what the hell are you doing?
Well, that boy is a saint.
Word
Dude.
knows about the gold. He killed my dad.
Okay, you gotta give him a little more info than that, J-Bones. Come on, man. Think with your noggin here, J-Bones. You can get $400 million by a dank-ass lawyer, and, you know, whatever Ward is accusing you of, you'll get off easy. Or you can kill him and go to jail forever. There's pros and cons, you know. Which one will you choose? Oh, kill his daughter. Revenge.
John B, why do you have a gun?
Yeah.
Your dad killed my father.
What?
Obviously not gonna believe him. Understandable.
I think they were working together to find the royal merch. There was some sort of conflict, and nobody knows what happened to my dad except for Scooter Grubb. Okay? He was a part of this.
No,
He tried to kill me.
He wouldn't hurt anyone. He told me you stabbed
What are
Sarah.
you talking about? He killed my father.
Sarah, you don't know nothing about your dad.
him. I believe you.
He's straight psycho.
You're a liar. You can also be.
I mean, yeah, your dad, you just found out your dad died, but you need to cool it. There's $400 million at stake. Man, he's really gonna need therapy now. Like, if J-Bones needed therapy before, now he's got my girlfriend's dad murdered my dad and tried to murder me. That's some deep stuff. You're gonna have to spend a long time with a licensed therapist. Not just like a friend you can talk to. You need to see a licensed therapist and hash this stuff out. On the bright side, right now you can start mourning. Grieve a little bit. You know, you've been denying your dad's dead for a while. Now you can move on. Kinda. And not move on, but like start the mourning process. Yo, you gotta believe that she knows her dad well enough to know that he is a murderer. Like, when Topper came in calling her a slut and his dad almost broke this kid's neck, you're telling me she doesn't think about her dad, be like, maybe he's capable of this. I mean, you don't see a lot of things from love, but I think she needs to think on some stuff and be like, all right.
Dollars. It's all there.
Yo, Ward, go get that money, son. Go get that money, son. You know where it is. The winch is set up. You can steal it all, boy. Get that money, Ward. Get that money, Ward. Let's go, brother.
We should honestly be going to the cops.
The cop? Yeah, and say
Yes.
we're worried about our
He's the
friends.
only one that
We're
knows what to
raping.
do. Go to the police.
Cameron killed Big John.
Plus, I have the biggest, most important moment of my life in 6 hours.
Yeah, well, our friend is in trouble.
I'm in trouble. Guys, I haven't been home in 3 days. My dad's been putting all my shit on the street by now.
Okay, so that's it?
Hey,
He's got some important life stuff. Oh, scholarship interview. Yeah.
Okay, well, what about John B?
Why is it always about John B?
Pope right though.
This is about pose for life.
What about forensic pathology, huh?
Forensic
Yeah,
pathology.
that's my life. That's everything I've been
That's
working
your
for. Just
priority?
stop with the moral high ground bullshit.
Oh, come on.
No.
Excuse me?
No, she has no room to talk.
Pope going off, son.
You weren't there. You weren't there for John B. You weren't there for any of us. Remember your kook here?
Dude.
Yeah. You forgot about us. Now you feel guilty.
Give me a break.
Hey.
Is that what you need?
Come on, hey,
Give me a
hey.
break.
Hey,
Move.
hey, no, cut it out, all right? If I'm the one mediating, we've hit rock bottom.
That's true. If JJ is the reasonable person, you need some help, because he's been straight crazy this season. I feel for Pope though, yo. He's got the biggest thing of his life in the morning. Like he can't put that on hold. You know, he can do that and then rejoin the John B situation after. But he can't skip this.
We'll just go ahead to your back, honey.
Yo, his dad's pissed.
Hell no, it ain't alright.
Yeah. Mama's glad that her baby's back.
You sorry, alright?
His dad's gonna beat his ass. Colt's gone, son. He took it all. Oh no. Lord, you scoundrel.
And how have you been keeping busy all summer?
Searching for
Taking
treasure.
classes or interning anywhere?
Independent study. We were looking for an old shipwreck. The Royal Merchant. And did you find it?
Yep.
Yes, I did actually. Human fields.
You found evidence of this.
Definitive proof. Are you trying to get us to believe that you found the Royal Merchant?
He's gonna tank this interview. Dang it.
Excuse me.
What did he just realize? You couldn't have told him, hey, like, can we reschedule this for a little bit? You just leave?
What could be so heavy to weigh it down?
Stacks on stacks of gold.
Exactly. Guys,
Would it be that heavy though?
plan, big man.
I'm gonna steal that shit back.
Yeah. Get the frick on that plane, boys. She's a boy too. Counts. She's a girl, but she's one of the boys. BOIS. See? She knows.
Sweetie.
Yo. Sarah. Driving past the Walking Dead church. You gotta have a crisis of conscience right now.
This stuff loaded. Hey, be careful with that.
What's in the boxes?
It's some decorative marble pieces that Rose found from properties down there. Antiques, that thing.
Yo.
Excuse me. Hi.
Open that up.
Those grapes.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Hey, let's get on the plane. All right, we have to get going.
No, I changed my mind. I want
Sarah.
home.
Sarah.
No, excuse me. Yeah,
Cross the
no,
scene.
no, no.
Do not cross.
Stop. No.
That's his big plane? That's not a very big plane.
Get in! You listen to me!
Lord. You gonna kill your daughter? You psycho.
Where are you going?
Yo, he's just gonna drive through that fence. Bold strokes. Alright, let's see if this runway is as long as the Fast and Furious runway. J-Bones. You absolute madman. You can't... What are you gonna do? What's he gonna? He's just gonna get in front of it, hit the brakes. Oh. Okay. Drift straight into the path. His hubcap came off. Yo.
Stop! You're gonna kill him!
He can't break that quick. Are you kidding me? Oh. There's no way that plane broke that quick. That's insane. That's some movie magic. Those brakes are hella good. Now he's gonna get out and beat this kid to death. Move the van, back the plane up, take off again. Yeah, J-Bones, you're going to jail, man.
You gotta get out of here. You gotta.
Oh, thank God you're here. Susan, I told you, he lost his goddamn mind.
Put your hands on your head.
I do what she said, kid.
She talking to you, brother? She talking to you, brother? Let's go, Indra.
Arrest for the murder of Big John Rutledge.
Let's go, Indra.
Put your hands on your head.
Are you kidding me, sir?
Hands on your head!
Hell yeah.
Turn around.
Let's go. Even though I wanted him to win, freaking balls, yeah, let's go.
Drop to your knees!
He's gonna do something.
I don't like being used. I waited a long time for this.
Yeah. Shoot that man. Ooh. Indra just got shot by her partner. Oh my god. Indra. Rafe! You absolute psychopath. You just murdered a cop.
What did you do?
I saved you, Dad.
You coked out dipshit. What are you doing?
I saved you.
Oh my god. You have multiple witnesses of you murdering a cop. And that's the end of the episode. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh dear Lord. These episodes are crazy, bro. Okay. I wanted chaos, and chaos has arrived. Let's start this bad boy. You knew this episode was gonna be balls to the walls crazy from the beginning. I thought the beginning of this episode would have been the craziest part, but the end kind of rivaled it a bit. So we start off. Ward straight going ham, psychopath. It's a brawl on this boat. They're shooting harpoon guns at each other. J-Bone steals a jet ski. He's getting out of here. And Ward's like, well, I have to fake my own assault right now. Stabs himself in the arm. And he's good to go. J-Bones runs out of gas on the way home, so he's got to swim. Instead of going straight to the cops and being like, yo, this man just tried to murder me, he goes to What's-Her-Face's house and is like, hey, you know some stuff. What happened to my dad? Like, he cares more. You could ask these questions later, J-Bones. Like, there's a time and a place. Report the fact that this man tried to murder you. Then go talk to this lady. Get everything figured out. But no, he goes to her. You find out Ward killed Senior Bones. Or he at least... I mean, yeah, he killed him. That counts as murder. Because I mean, technically it was an accident, so it's manslaughter. In the first degree, probably. He hits his neck, head area on the rope tie, whatever that's called. And that... I'm not quite sure how that killed him, or... I don't know. It just disabled him for a while. He was like bleeding from his brain and stuff. Ward throws him overboard and is like, all right, gotta sink this boat. Logistical question. So presumably Ward had to get back to his place with this boat and then take 2 boats back out, sink Senior Bones's boat, and then go back in his own boat. So like no one saw him just like pull back up with Senior Bones's boat. Did he call someone to come pick him up? Like how there's someone else involved in this that helped him sink that boat. Don't know who yet. Yeah. So we find out all this stuff. And then Scoot helps him. He finds Senior Bones' body, presumably buries it, does something with it. Ward goes to the cop and he's like, yo, this kid assaulted me. Indra knows what's up. She's a smart cookie. She's like, I don't believe this guy for nothing. And then J-Bones, he's freaking out, grabs a gun. He's going to go try and murder Ward. Confronts Sarah about it first, though, because he's insane and he lives life on the edge. She doesn't believe him, but deep down, she knows her dad's crazy. Yeah. And she confronts her dad. She's like, yo, what the frick is going on? And her dad's like, just chill. This kid tried to kill me. Look at this non-believable stab wound. Bad juju's going down. Like, she's got to know, though, right? Like, she saw him straight up almost kill her other boyfriend for calling her a slut. You think she doesn't realize that he would absolutely kill other people for $400 million in gold? Get out of here. Get out of town. And then the Pogues have a confrontation on the boat. So, in this situation, I am almost fully on board Team Pope in this. I mean, it's a bummer that he like yelled at her and confronted her, but yeah. So the situation is like J-Bones is in trouble. Like he's although he wasn't actually even in trouble. They didn't need to do anything. They just had to find him. And Pope is like, hey, I'm gonna have to dip out for a little bit because I have to go to bed. I have the biggest event of my life tomorrow morning. If I get this scholarship, I go to college for free. My career path is set. I'm good to go. And Key is trying to be like, hey, no, if you do that, you're betraying your friends. This is all about friendship, Pogues for life. And straight up, I mean, he was a little, he didn't need to go as hard at her as he did, but he was like, Pogues for life? Are you kidding me? When you went to that Pogue school, or went to the kook school, and, you know, John B's dad died, like, you were nowhere to be found. Like, you were gone. Like, you forgot all about us. So you're coming here saying Pogue life for life. Like, get out of here. You're a hypocrite. Like, when you had the opportunity to not hang out with us, you ditched us. When you had the opportunity to go full kook, we didn't matter to you. And she's upset about that, obviously. Rightfully so. I mean, he was rude about it. He's right. He didn't need to say it, though. Cue Stephen A. Smith. And so, but and then JJ jumps in and he's like, yo, if I'm the mediator, we've hit rock bottom. And it's like, yeah, that's true, JJ. You're a crazy person. Like, you've had a horrible life, which has led to your outbursts, but like, you still kind of low-key crazy. And if you're the one that's keeping things calm, especially after last episode, if he's keeping things calm, you know some stuff's going down. But yeah, so I'm fully on board Team Pope here, because like, he can, if he's not there, like, they showed the rest of this episode, like, the contributions that Pope and JJ and Kiara could make and did make to this situation are not so significant to where they would alter events or things would happen differently if one or more of them were not there. You know? I mean, like, they want to be there because, like, support your friends, but, like, it's totally cool if Pope isn't there. Like, he can dip out for a few hours, go do this interview, and come back. And Kiara's mad at him. She's like, John B's in trouble. And, you know, Pope, he's letting out his frustrations because he's clearly into Kiara. And all she seems to think about is John B. Like, a lot of their friend group's priorities seem to revolve around whatever John B's got going on. And so he's like, yo, it's all about John B all the time. He's probably thinking, like, when are you going to notice me? Like, I've worked my entire life for this, and you're mad at me because I want to pursue it and take, like, a 10-hour chunk and dedicate that time towards something that isn't John B. And, you know, he's saying, like, you feel guilty because you ditched us for a year. You should not be able to be upset for me ditching for a day. Like, so I am way more on Team Pope in that confrontation than Kiara. Now, things did get a little bit physical, but it seemed like Kiara was the one pushing him, and he didn't, like, really push back at all. Talks to his parents. His dad's like, I'm gonna beat you to death, kid. And his mom's like, I'm just happy you're alive. He feels so bad. J-Bones goes to the house, realizes Ward's bought the house in like a day, got the gold, like all the gold's gone, and he's freaking out. He's like, are you kidding me? This man bamboozled me. Straight took all the gold. Pope goes to the interview, finds out his dad's got to cut some palm trees, get cash money so Ward's plane can take off. And then he's in this interview, and before that, Lil Wayne tells Rafe that they're going to the Bahamas, so he's gonna confront his father. Pope is in this interview, and you know he's tanking this interview because they're like, "What'd you do this summer?" He's like, "I found a treasure ship," and they're like, you know, obviously don't believe him because no one's found this ship in 150 years, and he's like, "I have definitive proof of where this gold is," and they're like, "Nah," and then he just leaves. And he's like, oh, flip. Like, he figures it out partway through that they're getting on this plane to the Bahamas. They chase it down. And, you know, Sarah's having doubts. Indra, the cop. Her name's not Indra. I don't care what her name is in this show. She's from The 100. Her name's Indra. She talks to that one lady and kind of really figures everything out. And then they're at the plane, ready to take off, and Sarah, like a smart young gal, is like, hey, why the frick is this plane so heavy? What do you have in this thing? J-Bones just told me you're trying to steal his gold from us. You got some splaining to do, Pops. And Ward is, again, like a crazy person, is just like, get in the plane. Throws her in there. He's being a little rough with his daughter. Granted, you know, he's got a lot on the line. Murder charges. He's trying to get to the Bahamas so he can be like a fugitive of the law. He's the runaway in this situation. J-Bones pulls some Fast and Furious type stuff, drives his nice little van, and like drifts into the path of this plane. And this plane stops unusually fast. Like, they slam on the brakes. That gold drills Sarah in the back. Is she fine? Like, she seems fine, but that had to hurt. But this plane stops so freaking fast. It's insane. Like, there's no way that plane stops that quick. I mean, it's not a huge plane. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how planes work. I've only ridden on planes a few times. But they all get out, and Ward is like, he's ready to kill this kid. He's like, you're gonna die. I'm taking all this gold. You're never gonna see me again. Sarah's like, I'm on J-Bones' side. And then Indra the cop, like a total pro, comes up. I was hyped. She's like, put your goddamn hands behind your head. And Ward's all proper. He's like, yeah, I do what the lady says, kid. And she's like, I'm talking to you, mother effer. I don't like being used. She's got the cuffs on him. And then Rafe, this coked out idiot, just shoots her. Where did he get a gun? First of all, did he take that gun from like Barry? Who knows? No idea where Rafe got a gun. Maybe he took it from the safe at home. I don't know. He just straight up murders this cop. And everyone's like, what did you do? And he's like, I saved you. Like, clearly blitzed out of his mind. He's like, you can be proud of me now, Pa. I just murdered in your name. And it's like, no, Rafe, you just escalated this situation so much. Like, yeah, Ward murdered someone, but like in court, he maybe could have gotten that down to some form of manslaughter or like third degree. Actually, it would be first degree because he dumped him over the ship. He'd go to jail for a long time. Never mind. But like there's a lot of proof that you just murdered this cop. Like they're gonna look at the bullet, they're gonna look at the gun, they're gonna find the prints on the gun. There's no way Sarah's gonna lie for you. She's 100% gonna be like, yeah, my brother, this coked out loser who I hate, he murdered this cop. John B's definitely gonna be like, yeah, he murdered this cop. Ward, I don't know. Ward might try and blame this whole thing on his son. That would be a ballsy move, and I would like it, because F Rafe. This episode was crazy. I think this might have been the craziest episode all season. Like, from start to finish, just balls to the wall, insane stuff happening. Like, unbelievable things. Just big conflict at the beginning, and then both J-Bones and Ward are just like manic throughout the whole episode, and then at the end, another big conflict capped off with a murder. Like, when I started watching this show, I was like, okay, teen drama probably, not necessarily up my alley. You know, I like some teen dramas, but I was like, oh, there's an added element of a treasure hunt. This will be cool. Like, if it wasn't for the treasure hunt aspect of this show, I would not have watched this show. And on a whim, I was just like, all right, let's check it out. You guys loved it, and now, like, this show is insane. Things are getting crazy. I don't know what's going to happen next. Like, how are they going to deal with the fact that Rafe murdered someone? This kid got kicked out of his house, coked up the wazoo, and then kills a person. Like, he is making all the wrong choices. Good thing Pope and JJ and Key got out of there, because they also had a gun. Like, if they got caught, that's bad juju. But freaking A, dude. Oh my goodness. This show's insane. I love this show. Like, this show, it's up there in quality. I mean, there are definitely shows that are higher quality and that I like more, but there's like the chaotic nature of this show speaks to me on a deep level. This is like, you know, all the stuff that happens in like Riverdale, like how crazy Riverdale gets. This is like that, but if Riverdale was good. Like, Riverdale gets insane and I think they incorporated like ghosts at one point. I don't know. Like, crazy stuff happens in that show, but it also has terrible writing and like bad dialogue, and the actors sometimes deliver lines horribly. Like, what was the line when Archie he's confronting someone in like a gang or something, and he's like, man, I just feel bad that you have never got to experience the epic highs and lows of high school football. And it was delivered like so seriously, and they expected people to not like just burst out laughing at that scene. Like, for how did they think that was a good dialogue choice? So like this is almost like Riverdale. Like if you took National Treasure, Sahara, and Riverdale, but actually made it good. That's the best way I can describe this show. Yeah, this show is friggin' insane. I think that's all I have for this episode, though. Those are all my thoughts. Let me know what you thought down below. Were you freaking out the whole time as I was? Like what do you think is? Don't tell me what's gonna happen next, but like, oh my gosh, let me know what you thought down below. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.